Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not first and four make up what I seen him. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part: if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead that can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You might show us stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Turn. Ratty man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Stibbidim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good evening, and welcome to the People's Point of View. Thank you for joining us this evening. A criminal by nature, isn't he? To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewer subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening, welcome. Thank you all for joining us this evening. It's us and the thief, isn't it? And we're going to hear from dear old Jackie this evening, because Jackie came along yesterday with the Prime Minister to rub it in my face. And I feel I have to hold you this evening and rub Jackie in your face. Don't know if Jackie graduated from Hampton or where Jackie graduated from, but other than talking nice, quote unquote, no sun too brighter than Anvaz at all, I don't think. Anyway, that's for you to decide when you listen to dear old Jacks. Debbie Jeffries TV, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. I speak my mind. Good evening. Andrea Joan Hamilton Wilson, good evening. Good evening. Sharon Bernard, good evening. Judith Roberts, good evening. Sunshine. Beat and Teach, good evening. Susan McIntosh, good evening. Canadian Gal, good evening. Sunshine, good evening. Christine Gilbert, Suzette Williams. Reginald Brown, good evening. Sophia Hall. Opal Watson, Joan Bailey. Lorraine Smichaels, good evening. Good evening. Paulette Lewis. Evan Banton. Abinasar Cody, good evening, everyone. TikTok, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining. Debbie and Duncan, Pat, Critical Thinker. Is it Hamo? Good evening and welcome, everyone. A criminal by nature. I don't think one could dispute, even though you'll have the labor rights disputing that the Prime Minister is a criminal by nature. It would be quite much a hard thing for the Prime Minister, I would believe, to defend, given. Colleen, how you do? Norma, Michael, how are you? Given how much scandal over the last 9 years of it keep surfacing from this government. So if he's the leader of the pack, then he cannot expect us, with a whole bunch of criminal around him, not to believe that he's a criminal by nature. Given his face-off with the Integrity Commission in the court at the moment, one can only think and say this Prime Minister is a criminal by nature. MP, PM, DLP, title-driven Prime Minister. Let's see what a DLP is and about, and why one pursues a DLP. Doctor of Law and Policy, DLP, is a professional doctoral focus on developing scholar practitioners who can advance their respective field through research and practical application in law and policy framework. It differs from a PhD in law, which emphasize academic research and theoretical analysis. DLP program like that one at Northeastern University are designed for professionals from various backgrounds who want to deepen their understanding in law and policy and apply it to real world challenges. Key features of a DLP. DLP degree aim to equip individual with knowledge and skills to bridge the gap between theory and practice in their chosen field. We're coming on, Prime Minister. Interdisciplinary approach. DLP program often draws on insight from various disciplines, including law, policy, and other relevant fields to address complex issues, Prime Minister. Practical application. DLP graduates, Prime Minister, are prepared to apply legal and policy framework to solve practical problems. This is what I want to talk to you about. Improve professional practice and contribute to policy development. I will read on, Prime Minister, but I will come back to the practical application part of it. Research focus. While both involve research, a PhD in law typically center on an in-depth scholarly research and theoretical analysis, while DLP degree emphasizes, Prime Minister, on the practical application of law and policy knowledge. The career path, Prime Minister. Insta Nanny, how you do? Cousin Candies. UIC. Career goal, Prime Minister. Already been a Prime Minister. A PhD in law may lead to academic career in university, while a DLP graduate prepares individual for a role in government, non-profit organization, and other professional settings where legal and policy expertise are required. Let's get back, Prime Minister, to practical application. And if you know two don'ts, you must know Ann Jones, Marcia Thomas, where we're going with the practical application part of your DLP. Me not think you're not dunce. Me not think you're so dunce. If you don't know where we are going with it, Charm B at your McCall. Good evening. We're going back to the practical part, the practical application of one who pursues a DLP graduate like our Prime Minister. A DLP graduates are prepared to apply legal and policy framework to solve practical problems, improve professional practices, and contribute to policy development. Is your DLP shining through on this practical application era, Prime Minister? Let's look at the old boss. Let's look at the old boss, Prime Minister. And we are looking at solving problem in relation to policy framework here, Prime Minister. Do you think with the old boss and the crowd of, I don't know what to call the word, around it, do you think on the practical application part of what you have just pursued and walk across the stage, you said you've been doing this boss, the old boss, for 9 years. You've been thinking about how much time you dream about the old boss them at night time. Hmm? How much time, Prime Minister, you dream about the old boss them, Colleen Browning, at night time, Celine Browning rather. Because under the practical application part, which you have been trained many years to do online, albeit don't know if Audrey write the dissertation or not. But one who pursues a Doctor of Law and Policy degree, Prime Minister, ought to have the policy understanding how to really put a workable policy together to make it work. Do you think with the old boss, Prime Minister, the old boss, the practical application of your DLP shone through here? Let's look at the part, Prime Minister, in the practical application that speaks about improving professional practices. Mhm. Are you aware that there are throwing stones, mashing up the new buses? EMR Digital, can you make that more clearer for me? Mikey, how you do? Improving professional practices, Prime Minister. How do you come through on that part? Because these are the training, Renice done it. These are the training that your DLP Prime Minister takes you through. So I would expect to see improvement in the professional practices around you, Prime Minister. Have you applied the knowledge of your DLP to the issue of governance in our country, Prime Minister? Come here, everybody, I call you Dr. Brew, Dr. Brand, Dr. Moo. Hmm? But what I am concerned about is, are you, EM, how you do, long time, Colleen, how you do? Are you applying your training, Prime Minister? That is important for us to know, because if we are to measure the practical application part of one who pursues a DLP, Nix HQ, how you do? If we are to assess the practical application part of one who pursues a DLP, Prime Minister, the old boss does not stand up. If you're to look at the improved professional practices, Prime Minister, given the fraudulent procurement practices that we're now understanding with the whole old boss, how has your Doctor of Law and Policy education, which is relevant to governance, how does that come through, Prime Minister? And the contribute to policy development leg of it? Do you think you have contributed well to the policy development of the old boss that took your government 9 years, as you told us? Do you want to hear Jackie? Do you all want to hear Jackie? No, let us deal with the career goal first, given he's the Prime Minister of Jamaica. No. DLP graduate degree rather, prepare individual for role in government, non-profit organization, and other professional setting where legal and policy expertise are needed. Now, we know you're not going to the World Bank because you don't have the brain for this. So we know you're not going to the IMF. We know you're not going to the Security Council either. Could it be that Andrew is heading to the United Nations? Could it be that Andrew may be heading to the World Health Organization? Could it be Andrew Holness is heading for the World Trade Organization? Is it a reason why Andrew Holness would have pursued this degree before he leaves governance in Jamaica? Because Andrew Holness has a plan possible to follow Nigel Clark in the whole international American organization things. But just an ask, Prime Minister, is it that you're heading to one of those U or W organizations? Hmm? Because the reason why I'm asking this, I don't see where your DLP has benefited governance in Jamaica, Prime Minister. Hmm? I haven't seen where your DLP has contributed to your policy, because it took you 9 years to come up with one and we end up with a whole fleet of old bus. Michelle, how you do? You're still not explaining to us anything that you have implemented in the last 9 years, barring the old bus that you have spent the last 9 years, as you, not my words, Michelle Lewis Wilson, not my words, Prime Minister. So that's looking, given that you should have been running the country while you were studying a Doctor of Law and Policy, we could have let you off if we could argue well that at least him go study pan with time, but at least we see the benefit of him study, because his policy become more sharper, more people focused, he's more human rights centered. Prime Minister, you have become a dictator. You have become a narcissist, Prime Minister. Hmm? You are locked in to a personally disorder mentality, Prime Minister. So you don't even realize you're the Prime Minister for a country. Me, me. It's all about you. I don't think you even remember. So you have 49 or 48 other thieves around you. It's all about you. Let Jackie, they rub Jackie in my face. So let me rub Jackie in your face. I don't know where Jackie went to school, or if it's a Dunn Street
in the distribution and support of automotive solutions
show me your
across the
friend and I'll tell
region.
you who you are.
Stewart Industrial Jamaica. At this time, I ask that you put your hands together and let's welcome to the stage Mrs. Jacqueline Stewart Leckler.
Show me your dunce friend and I'll tell you how dunce you are.
Good morning. So I know all protocols are observed, but I do have to just make mention to a few people. Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. Honorable Darrell Vaz.
I don't know why I freeze. Hold on, globalists. The drunk soon come back on. Hang on. Bear with. We want to rub Jackie in your face. Brainbox, Wagwan. We want to rub Jackie in your face this evening. My computer just freezes.
Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport, my favorite minister. Of course, Mr. Shaunazan, on behalf of JUTC, thank you for being here. Mrs. Anne-Marie Vaz, Commissioner, I couldn't leave you out. So, thank you, Master of Ceremonies. And I also just want to acknowledge the representatives of MSET, JUTC, Vans, Golden Dragon, of course, Stewart's Automotive Group, and Yutang, who are dear to my heart. So today is a memorable occasion for the Stewart's Automotive Group because this is a testament to our contribution to the automotive sector for over 80 years and 44 generations. Cementing ourselves as a partner you can trust and who will deliver superior products and service and give value. For an economy to grow and thrive, transportation of people and goods are critical. And we applaud the Minister and JUTC for having the foresight to invest in buses to move people across Jamaica. To support this initiative, Stewart's tendered to provide Yutang compressed natural gas buses that will offer savings and benefits to the government and people of Jamaica. These include improved fuel economy, more revenue to the JUTC per bus, regional parts and technical support, a full-service workshop and technical team here in Jamaica, and product durability. The passengers will benefit from a seat design and spacing that brings comfort with extra capacity, AC system that delivers superior performance in our climate. The Minister promises that people of Jamaica are going to receive.
Oh man, stop calling the place Jamaica. I know so your name. Stop calling so because you pronounce every other word. How if you pronounce, why you keep saying Jamaica, Jamaica? Anyway, answer as a friend.
And enjoy bus after bus after bus. And we, the Stewart's Automotive Group, are committed to being on the journey of providing bus after bus after bus, offering excellent service. So as we officially hand over 63 CNG buses, we deliver more than vehicles. We deliver possibilities. The possibility to improve commuters' lives, the possibility for energy savings and a cleaner environment. Thank you, Jamaica, for this opportunity. Better bus, better life. Let's go, Jamaica.
I wonder if she attended Hampton High. You know, because Hampton High is known to graduate dunce Caucasian girls. Just wondering if she's a graduate of Hampton High. You might never know. But I just think Jackie was them, and Jackie was just rubbing it in our face, isn't it? They were just rubbing it in our face. The old boss Prime Minister. Oh, Circus Philly. I'm going a bit. Somebody sent me a video today that I want to comment on. How could I forget to be so contentious tonight? How could I get to be so bloody contentious on a night like tonight? Judgment, Lord God Almighty. Murdoy. Hold on, the globalists. I want to comment on something. Hold on, let me see if it. Oh, yes, it's getting to the studio. I want to comment on this. I don't know if I just nuff, if I problematic, if I contentious, if I mind people business too much, if me too inner, I don't know. But I just want to respond to this. Hold on there.
is on the brink of a crisis. This health right now is bordering in some areas on a crisis in terms of healthcare workers. The Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, said yesterday that, listen, he doesn't want to be an alarmist, but he feels it is now time to signal to the country that our healthcare system is on the brink of a crisis where the shortage of healthcare workers are concerned.
Hold on, I'm going to bring this nice to you. Okay, you know, me here London 45 with, me go try pull London 45 video in a bit. Come here London 45 with it this morning. Hold on there. Let me fix this for sending a video. Wanna bear with me the globalists. What a calamity in the country. And a calamity for Andrew Holness. Right at the time when general election for call. What a calamity, Prime Minister. All dry bone must sorry for you right now. Even dry bones would have been sorry for this Prime Minister. Watch it again. Awkward, isn't it? Man, you kick me in my soulness. I don't know what. There's no connection, is there? I don't see any connection. Your foot, Miss Wholeness, come up off of the dot. For what reason, I would inquire. But nothing when me see this never look real at all. Honest to God. It looks so staged, like, make we go, they go show them that we're still together. Prime Minister, you come up with some better PR on that. That one you never look good at all. But if there's a connection, you mean if it's a PR, they should have practiced HQ? Because if it's real and they have that type of connection, it would have flowed. It wouldn't have looked like such an awful camera glitch. Miss Wholeness, your foot. Hey, Jesus. Judgment! As Tamara Blake would have said, Lord God Almighty! Your foot, Miss Wholeness. I don't know if Miss Wholeness was going after the balls with the knee, because that's the motion that I would have seen. But then again, me mind people business too much, don't? I am hold on to you, the one with she and Delano, because that's one I don't understand either. Because she is on Delano's side, is she not? I don't know. Their labor rights.
Don't take a picture with me and Delano. Don't take no picture. Delano, I'll be here till 10 o'clock. We take a picture with me. All right?
What does that mean? Does anyone know? Is Delana Civ right, Miss Holness's toy boy? Just act. Moat! You and yourself. Hmm? You'll get yourself in that trouble one day. You bloody mouth. Hmm? Don't keep yourself quiet. Prime Minister, your wife was being held like that in public, Prime Minister. Moat, or you get trouble, so. Veteran, Whoa, boy, moat love problem. We don't know how moat love problems. So, you say sometimes the eye we see it and don't, and the eye we act like nothing now go on. But you see, moat love problem. Prime Minister, Prime Minister, MP, PMP, DLP. Hmm? No, sir. That's the wife of the Prime Minister. That's not a little crutchment at the street side. Let me see if I understand.
Don't take a picture with me and Delano. Don't take no picture. Delano, up to here till 10 o'clock with that picture with me. All right?
As London 45 would have said, Mr. Holiness! That doesn't look appropriate at all, Mr. Holiness. Hmm? Ademia something at Tamara Blair said, Lord God Almighty. Doesn't look appropriate at all. Especially like how he said she draw pipe on you and we are wonder say, if we're not still in anything. Hmm?
Cry! Shia cry too much! No make nobody make it as a cry and go away, so stop! That somebody say stop! Somebody say stop! Them tell there's a better
Prime Minister. Prime Minister. All I can tell you, me Prime Minister, it's just not a good look. Hmm?
Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out. From Portland, take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Andrew Holness. No man no business to hold no other man wife like that. In a crowd. Prime Minister. No other man, no business for hold an ex-man wife like that in a crowd, Prime Minister. And Delano Steve Wright, you are very inappropriate. Delano Steve Wright. Very inappropriate. Because the first time RJ Mark took a political stage where the RJ Mark said to Marlene, I heard that the Prime Minister was you. And then when I asked you, you said, no, you heard that it was me. However, none if you spoke of Rhoda or Dana or the others or so on and so forth, like Sophia and them lot, none of you spoke about that. And then to see Steve Wright coming out, grabbing the Prime Minister's wife around her waist. Don't look good, Prime Minister. And for top laugh, with the Prime Minister wife, a kick off 10 balls, I don't know what to think. It don't look appropriate. There's no bodily connection. There's no real love there. There's no connection at all. And the staging was so horribly done. Well, you might as well did go sit down and have dinner either up a Pulse where you road a normally go, or up at Gemini where you normally go watch go and get lap dance. Not me, sis, or the woman will serve you. The woman will serve you. Said that. There are certain things that you don't do, Delana Siv, right? She's not your sister or your cousin. You just don't do that. It's the Prime Minister's wife. Even if you're the Prime Minister's wife, toy boy, you have to keep it under wraps when you're in a public. Toy boy like side chick, fi know them lane, Mr. Siv, right? Don't touch the Prime Minister wife like that again. That's an intimate touch. That's not a friendly touch. Even if you don't know so them a live bad, don't rub it in them face a road. Mr. Siv, right? Don't rub it in them face a road, even if you don't know so them a live bad. Now Delano fi know better to Opal, because him wouldn't like no other man go hold him wife that way there. But then again, the whole of them are gere in it, so all of them are the same bunch of galangin. Perspective power. What you say? No, you know why Andrew Holness detested Delana Siv Wright so much. Lord God Almighty. No, sir. Well, me no know. But it don't look good. It don't look good. And this here one here don't look real. Hold on. Make we see if we get this in a studio. While I go to London 45 page for grab fair video, because London 45 was saying an awful lot. Dr. Tufton should go to prison. If there was any justice in our country, Dr. Tufton ought to have gone to prison. As to why Andrew Holness is afraid
or healthcare
of removing Dr. Tufton from carrying out the public onslaught on the health of the Jamaica people. I don't know what kind of secret Dr. Tufton have for Andrew Holness, but Dr. Tufton should be in prison. Long time.
Our healthcare system is on the brink of a crisis.
Health right now is bordering in some areas on a crisis in terms of healthcare workers.
The Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, said yesterday listen, he doesn't want to be an alarmist, but he feels it is now time to signal to the country that our healthcare system is on the brink of a crisis where...
That in itself is a lie. We have been in the center of a crisis under the leadership of Dr. Christopher Tufton. We are not heading to the brink of a crisis. Dr. Christopher Tufton has taken the nation health care into crisis. Only Dr. Tufton that massacred 15,000 of us on a yearly basis. We are in a crisis in our country. So that's a wrong statement, Lady Malvina.
Our healthcare system is on the brink of a crisis.
Health right now is bordering in some areas on a crisis in terms of healthcare workers.
The Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, said yesterday that, listen, he doesn't want to be an alarmist, but he feels it is now time to signal to the country that our healthcare system is on the brink of a crisis where the shortage of healthcare workers are concerned. Yeah? According to Tufton, he doesn't want to be an alarmist, but he has serious concerns now about the future of the system because we simply are unable to train and retain enough of the healthcare professionals we need to man the system.
We need people to man the healthcare sector, and we are now faced with a near crisis around the healthcare workers that we need in a population where the sick profile, for want of a better word, requires greater intervention. In the first instance for prevention, that's a community primary care, and then of course later on for curative at the level of the secondary institutions. Health right now is bordering in some areas on a crisis in terms of healthcare workers.
Dr. Tufton went on to say that the situation is being compounded by the huge offers from developed countries, which make it difficult for Jamaica, yes, to train professionals to remain and retain them at home.
And what is happening is that there's a giant sucking sound that is pulling all our very qualified and effective healthcare workers from Jamaica into the North American market and in some instances into Europe and the United Kingdom. 500 or so of our specialist nurses migrate each year on average, leaving our neonatal units, intensive care units, operating theater units, accident and emergency units in very short supply and impacting the quality of service delivery by virtue of not having enough bodies, enough boots on the ground. So the net result is a shortage, and a shortage that is getting worse. And when you're in the backyard of the United States or developed world, you can appreciate why the giant sucking sound would go one way.
Dr. Christopher Tufton, and we have to find a way to stop the hemorrhaging. And it is no easy solution. It's a very difficult solution because we can't compete with the kind of salaries countries like the United Kingdom, the United States.
Move your dirty blood clot. Drunkro. The British Prime Minister and Andrew Holness' salary is almost the same. So if we can pay, if Britain and Jamaica can pay can pay them prime minister the same salary, them supposed to can pay Jamaica nurses just like how Britain pay for them nurses. Jankro. We don't have if pay nurses, but we have if pay prime minister. Lord, I remember seeing me a screen record the warp and the plane. You see one warp and one plane from where I come from England here to Jamaica. No, Jamaica people topsy-turvy. Hold on, them I want bring in London 45 in a studio. Want to bring in London 45 in a studio. Can you believe Desmond McKenzie, who cannot pronounce Jamaica, criticizing about Goldie and the way he speaks? Never mind the labor rights. Never mind the labor rights. Cliff Hughes, you're wicked. But at least y'all cover this story. You know, look like nobody else interested in this story like the Liard won them. But London 45 mouth load. So she would
Mr.
cover it.
Allness! Jesus Christ. Where is TVJ? Where is CVM? Jamaicans, listen, y'all, come here. This is dangerous news for the country. Guys, the findings finally in. Where is CVM and TVJ to report on this? Jamaica, 80% of the healthcare workers are gone abroad. Them gone abroad, Jamaica, 500 per year. And stepping up more per year, they gone abroad, Jamaica, and Jamaica health system is on the brink of crumbling, Jamaica. The findings are in and they're hiding it. Jesus Christ, where is CVM and TVJ? Where is CVM and TVJ? Although in a Sentence Bay Hospital, Jamaica, linen pile up to the ceiling. No washing machine not down there to wash the linens. Oh, God. You want to tell me that Jamaica is going to revisit a scene like what Edward Seaga did years ago? Are you telling me that we're going to revisit a scene to witness something that Edward Seaga done to the Jamaican people? How many the public healthcare facility had closed down? Jesus Christ, Jamaica. Please, I'm begging you guys to just listen to me. Remember that every day we have sick, old, young, whatever. Listen to me, guys. Please, may I beg you. The findings are in. The Jamaica healthcare system is on the brink of collapsing. Guys, every department in the
It has
hospital,
collapsed
them
long time under
shot
Dr. Tufton, my dear
everything.
London.
And I'm going to tell you something, guys. You see that accident that happened the other day with the 5 people that died from popping? It's the young man that them said died at the hospital that called Tolo from Papine, Jamaica. Let me tell you something. He could have lived. But you know what? It was one doctor in the hospital and he weren't even a Jamaican. It was one doctor in the hospital. So this young man didn't get attended to as soon as they took him to the hospital. He still had to wait, even though he came in an emergency. Jamaica, the findings are in. And we're waiting for CVM and TVJ to see if they're going to report it. Because I realize what these people are doing. They're not reporting these things on the news anymore. Why? Jesus Christ, Jamaica. No washing machine down a Sentence Bay Hospital. Linen, look here. Listen, guys, somebody send me some photos. Guys, if you all see linen, you vomit. Linen from the floor to the ceiling down a Sentence Bay Hospital. No washing machine down a Sentence Bay Hospital. Christopher Tufton need to step down. Christopher Tufton need to step aside. How the health system is crumbling and Mr. Owens not firing Christopher Tufton. With all the dead babies and what going on in the health system, all of the nurses, them and the doctors, them run gone. Every unit right now, short of doctors and nurses, Jamaica, big findings and they hiding it. No, what them call it, no nebulizer, no, look here, no x-ray machine, no nothing not in the hospital them to save no life, guys, no MRI machine, no nothing not working. Jesus Christ, God have mercy. Guys, listen to me. All some of the toilet them down at 6, 7, 8 of the hospitals them in Jamaica, main hospitals in Jamaica right now, toilets in them not flushing. Jamaica, listen, we're gone right now. Jamaica gone, they're hiding it, but the findings are in and they don't want to report it on the news so the wider scale of Jamaica can see it. Guys, you need to go out there and go investigate for yourself. Listen, the health system in Jamaica collapsed. They say it's on the brink, it already collapsed to me. It collapsed. Jamaica, Jesus Christ, look here, I'm speechless. I don't know what to do right now. Guys, when I read up on the findings a while ago. All my heart start pounding extra because I cannot believe that this happening in my small Jamaica. And then Christopher Tufton is going to say, we in America, backyard, and all these other entities that is sucking away the doctors and nurses from we. Listen to me, Mr. Tough Times. The amount of nursing home, ambulances, funeral parlor, and all the businesses that you guys have, we could pay our nurses or doctors very well to stay in the country and take care of people, but they're working in squalor. No, man, I feel like I want to cry. Guys, you all need to go look for these findings here. No, go and go look. I can't the years telling on the need for go look for the findings. On the need for go seek out, find a way, and hear what's going on in Jamaica with the hospitals. Guys, it's like my heart is like I'm disappointed. I am so disappointed. How can this happen to our people, guys? How can this happen? Even in the hospital toilets ain't flushing. All 3 toilets alone are working in one big old hospital. Jesus Christ, God. No washing machine. Jesus have mercy. Guys, you have some of the hospitals, them don't even have one kettle for look at hot water for the nurses, them are the doctors, them do. Guys, Maypen Hospital and Sparlins Hospital, Mandeville Hospital, Squalor. Listen, guys, listen. We need to call out CVM and TVJ. This.
Have you wondered why we often buck or toe, end up in hospital, and then leave in a body bag? Do you understand? Do you understand why we end up in hospital and come out in body bags in our country?
Findings should be all over the news. Oh my God, guys, I'm hurting. Guys, some of the hospitals don't even have linen. Jesus Christ, guys, some of the hospitals don't have something as common linen. Not even detergent and cleaning products. What the hell?
Not a healthcare on the brink of crisis, a healthcare in crisis. And we have been there for many years. Arlene Scott, you come on, we're soon done. Our healthcare has been in crisis for many years. It has, though, worsened, reached below feet level under Dr. Christopher Tufton. I'm not calling for the Gleaner, RGR group, and the rest of them to come out and address this story. Remember, they still haven't heard a word of what Dr. Roger Hunter said. Nobody in so-called mainstream media heard a single word that Dr. Roger Hunter, a top qualified neurosurgeon in our country, came out and told us the decadence in our healthcare, how we've been called on an annual basis by this government, where the gunmen are only taking out 10% of what Andrew Holness and Dr. Tufton is taking out. Not one mainstream media in this country heard that from a qualified doctor. Not one. So I'm not expecting them to pick up on this story when they have scratched their butt, lick their boot, pick their pocket, because that's what journalism has turned into. A butt scratching, pickpocket, boot licking, tongue wagging sets a piece of shit is what we call mainstream journalists. But they're all benders, aren't they? They're all backstreet talkers where them steer on a street corner and get them hand me go scratch and sell out the entire nation. But I'm sure you all in the mainstream media, That's not what journalism about. Scratching the butt of politicians and picking their pockets and getting in bed with them is really not what journalism is all about. It is why you have lost the narrative. It's why you have lost the war of words, mainstream media. It is why you have lost public attention. Everybody fed up of the lie. Everybody fed up of the burying of story. Everybody fed up of getting in bed with government and taking side with government against the people who you are meant to inform. Taking side with government, people who you are meant to hold to account. Hmm? That's why you all have lost the credibility war and the war of words. Oh, no credibility. I don't know why you don't call on yourself vloggers. And they don't have the nerve to refer to us as vloggers or social media what's it or others. As if we are in a lesser. All when nobody now listen to you, you know. All when nobody now pay no attention. Uno talk down to we. And then uno out here, what are you doing? Uno fi have respect for we. Because we step in and a help on out. In fact, a lot of us are doing better than some. I know. Cliff Hughes start to run around with the Jamaica Labour Party and the Prime Minister. I wonder why. Lady Malvina. Hmm? Listen, you cannot hide the truth any longer. Remember the rapist and murderer, Darrell Vaz, told us nothing in our country is a secret. Hmm? The fact that una go talk mainstream media don't mean that we don't have mouth, phone, internet, and camera to talk it as well. But what you need to do is take on yourself out of the space because there's no need for you anymore. What you all are doing is continue to confuse the public who wants to be fed information that provoke their thoughts. Media people. Hmm? It's what you were meant to do. Provoking people's thoughts. Mainstream media. I don't know where you all have ended up. Don't know when you were you ever on direction, because from the days of from Gleaner was always a colonial backative supporting paper. Gleaner was always a CIA supporting, CIA sponsored, CIA propaganda paper. So don't really expect the Gleaner is gonna come on our side at any point. Hmm? Don't think to say the Gleaner go just wake up out of the slumber and conjoin forces with the people them where they have been against from the onset of the Gleaner. The Gleaner was always meant to keep us dumbed down and docile. The Gleaner was always meant to promote CIA and government propaganda. The Gleaner is not about us. If the Gleaner was about us, we're not even talking about the Stewart's paper. We're not even going to go there. You know, the Stewarts, their labor rights. So it's going to be a labor right paper. But the Gleaner wouldn't class themselves like we are the guardians of Jamaica, expect to have some level of independence, integrity, and high investigatorial skills. Don't know? Well, if you want to see wedding dresses and kisses, you might want to turn the pages of the Gleaner. because the Gleaner follow more wedding in our country than corruption. The Gleaner follow more weddings in our country. The Gleaner like dress trails. The Gleaner follow more weddings in our country than they would follow the corruption of this government. The Gleaner was never on our side. The Gleaner will never be on our side. It has always been a CIA government propaganda mouthpiece. They will always remain like that. So we shouldn't expect any better from the Gleaner. It is what they have been doing from the onset. Them nah go come pan side because they are paid to do what them do. We know Cliff Hughes, we know what for him there. We know when Matthew Samuda, them papers there. But Matthew Samuda, as we had the conversation with you this morning, before nomination, Matthew Samuda, as your prime minister stitch you up, you know, and your prime minister start the whole birtherism. That has led to Mr. Golden renouncing his British citizenship with proof to the nation. We are asking that Mr. Samuda Matthew, who told us that he was born in London, who told us that he has his British citizenship, and he will take steps to renounce his British citizenship. We're asking Mr. Matthew Samuda to provide proof to the nation before nomination on the renunciation of his British citizenship. For the fact that after the next general election, Matthew Samuda could be one of the front runner for the leadership of the Jamaica Labour Party and could one day become prime minister of our country. Remember, Andrew Holness said those who seek to become prime minister of our country must solely hold Jamaican citizenship and loyalty. Mr. Samuda promised us that he would renounce his citizenship. We're asking Mr. Samuda for proof of that renunciation before nomination day. Otherwise, Uno will be doing the same thing where Uno campaign bitterly about and honed Mark Golden. Uno get the proof now. Uno get the proof for the renunciation. You all are still asking for proof of his birth certificate. Why not let's deal with Mr. Samuda's renunciation and proof of it? None of those violate the Constitution, mind you, but the Prime Minister set a standard. Him come out and him sit down on TV and him say, I think X and I think Y. This good for the goose, Mr. Holness, is good for the gander. Mr. Samuda could be a front runner in the leadership race 6 months, 3 months or so after the general election. And we would want to know where Mr. Samuda's loyalty lies. So we want to see proof of Mr. Samuda's renunciation. It's the week of lawsuit. So Jamaica, I only gave Dr. Roger Hunter to speak and them assume me. Kakaras. You get a lawsuit, you get a lawsuit, you all gets a lawsuit. Let me say to look at who I do the lawsuit, yeah. I've what's it or rather ounce. And who else? I've what's it Condon, consultant of Prada Rada. But let me say this to Ivor. Defamation is not a bullet or a gun. It's just words. Defamation lawsuit, rather. It's not a bullet or a gun. They are threatening words. But if you give a fuck, if you don't give a fuck like me, threatening words wouldn't even bother you. No, Dr. Ivor, what's it or other? You are aware that the burden is with you to prove that anything Dr. Roger Hunter says and the other female doctor who said the same in the voice note, I hope, Dr. Watsits, you will be able to prove that you have been defamed, because you cannot ask Dr. Roger Hunter to come and prove that he have defamed you. So I hope put in a track record, you will be able, Dr. Ivor Watsits, Dr. Ivor Winston Crondon, or we can just call him Ivor Watsits for now. You all think you're going to stop us. And you know what? Like always say, hot them. Tomorrow night, I'm going to rerun back that video again, Ivor Crondon. You know, you can sue, you can come after some secondary broadcasters as well. Ivor, can try come after some secondary people as well, you know. All of us spread the propaganda loud and wide, Ivor. And I'm going to run the story again because the public needs to hear again the criminality of Dr. Ivor Crondon, Dr. Carl Bruce, Dr. Christopher Tufton, and a whole host of others. So if we know say hot or no say we like to rub things in our face. Never see me call you later on, earlier Carlos, what go on? If we see the same thing hot or no, we're going to rub it in our face again. Because partner, I get another lawsuit, he look like a Carlos from Ivor Crondon, him and Dr. Roger Hunter. So, it's the era of lawsuit. So, we're going to run the story again tomorrow, Ivor. So the world can hear that the criminal Ivor Crondon is a part of the maniac killers at University Hospital. So like what we say, hot or no? Because we know when things hot or no, run go send lawsuit letter. So we know when things burn or no. And when it burn or no, it's our job to hold on and rub it right across on the face again. They can't distract or intimidate us. Certainly a fool like me, certainly a stupid ass like me, they would be stupid if they try to sue me. Because I would tell them the same thing every day, and they would have to get up and sue me every day for the same thing. But then they don't have jurisdiction over me. And can threaten me all I want, it still won't shut me up. Because you see, one thing I'm not going to be controlled by Andrew Holness. And that's why Jamaica people have gone into silence. It is fear. It is the ultimate tool of control. Fear is more powerful than manipulation. Fear, Prime Minister, is more powerful than manipulation. And you have used that tool against the Jamaica people. Well, it's a purpose for the militarization of the country. It's a purpose for the gangsterism, badman, criminal government that you run, Prime Minister. So tell Ivor Crandon and Carl Bruce, line up for tomorrow night, because we're going to air the criminality all over again. Carl Bruce, do you want to go and sue for the GG where you take and mash up in hip? But me would have want you to hack the GG little harder, you know. Maybe hack out the church offering bag out of him where run off with. We know it hot, you know, and we're going to run the story tonight again. So that will be our final war with them before we go off with Operation We, Them, and the Killers. We're going to feature the Killers tomorrow night again. The Dr. Ivor Crandon, the Dr. Carl Bruce, Dr. Christopher Tufton, and by extension, the criminal by nature, Andrew Holness. Thank you very much for being here with us tonight on Global TV. Remember, we won't have a program tomorrow morning because we have assessment, and then we will have a program tomorrow evening. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks for the support as always. Lovely to have your support. Join us right back here tomorrow evening for the people's point of view and a relook at the killing in the National Health Service by Dr. Christopher Tufton and Dr. Carl Bruce, the friends from Manchester High. Thank you and good night from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. Big man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big him and Joe one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black, big him and Joe one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman Joe one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.